I just ran into a bear cub. He was behind a tree about 15 feet from me, and he went tearing down the hill. So now I'm kind of taking it slow and easy, watching where I'm going, because he definitely was not old enough to be separated from Mama. So I'm hoping that when he went running down the hill, he went to Mama, and that she's not somewhere here, and that I'm not getting between her and the cub. Because these bears really, they're pretty docile. They, you know, doesn't really take too much to scare them off. But the one thing that can get you into trouble is if you become between Mama and baby. So, having just seen that little cub, I want to make sure that I'm making a little noise here, and that I'm kind of watching who's where in the forest to make sure I don't come between Mama and cub. So that's a pretty interesting day. A couple miles back, I ran into a very big adult bear, and then just now at dusk, it's about 6:30, and I just ran into a little cub. So that's a pretty full day, pretty interesting day. 2 bears on one day. But about to pop out here onto a power line cut, so I don't expect to see anything out here. So I guess that's going to be the end of it. I really just turned the camera on half in hopes that I would see either more cubs or Mama or something to get some video for you guys. But once again, I guess I was a little slow on the draw. Like I said, they're really skittish, so usually they see or hear you before you see or hear them, and they immediately take off into the brush because they really don't want any part of you. They would like to have the food that you're carrying, but they're not really willing to fight with you over it. If they can sneak into your camp at night and it's accessible to them, yeah, by all means, they'll definitely take it. But that's why we hang our food at night, and if it's not accessible to them, then it's not tempting, and they just don't really come anywhere near us. So biggest threat that we normally have is either mice or raccoons, which are fully capable of climbing out on the branch and down the rope and still getting into your bag from time to time. I haven't had that problem, but especially some of the people that hang their packs in the shelter, they'll tend to have that problem. That the mice will smell, you know, food crumbs or Kool-Aid powder or whatever is in their pack still, and they'll chew right through their pack and you know, cause big holes and ruin their gear. So that's really the biggest threat that we have. The bears aren't really a threat to us per se as our safety. I've only heard of one incident this entire year where someone was hurt, and despite the fact that I was told that person hung their food, I'm still very skeptical that that's what happened. Although the shelter that they were at was just absolutely smack dab in the middle of bear country at Spencefield, in the middle of a berry patch, so not the best place for a shelter. As a matter of fact, pretty much the worst place for a shelter. But that's the only problem. That's the only injury I've heard of this whole year from a bear. So not really something to worry about, other than, like I said, that little one there coming, you know, if you come between a baby and a mama, that's potentially a problem. So just avoid that. Don't do that. If you think you might have done it, stop, pay attention, make sure that she's not somewhere around, and move out of the area like I just did. So that's what just happened, and I will come back on when there's something more to show you. Love y'all. Talk to you later.